and welcome back. My name is Fatima. I'm a research delivery GP in NHS practices delivering multiple clinical trials as a principal investigator. This video is about the clinical trials and the question which is commonly asked by the patients as well as the healthcare professionals about the safety of clinical trials in a practice. So let's talk about, are clinical trials safe? So the short answer to this question whether clinical trials are safe or not is yes. Clinical trials are safe because they go through multiple regulatory approvals, especially in the UK where we are based. There's lots of different organizations that you need approval from before a clinical trial can be tested on the patients. So clinical trials go through different phases, phase 1, 2, 3, and 4. And in each of that phase, that particular intervention is tested on the patients to check whether it is effective, it is safe, and generally speaking, in primary care practices or GP practices, we mainly only get involved with the later phase trials. And by later phase trials, we mean the trials that have already been tested on a number of patients, have been proven to be safe, and they just need to be tested on a bigger population, and hence that trial comes to the GP practice. That's mainly phase 3 and phase 4 trials. So generally speaking, as healthcare professionals, you do not need to worry too much about clinical trials being safe. Like I said, they have gone through approvals and regulations, and there are dedicated bodies that make sure that that specific clinical trial is safe to be tested on that particular patient. As a research delivery healthcare professionals, it is our job to make sure that we follow the protocol and the safety rules as per that particular trial intervention. And as long as we follow that by the book, then there is very less concern about the safety of that particular product. Also, the clinical trials are completely voluntary for the patients who get involved in clinical trials. They are given complete information about what is involved in the trial processes, how many visits will they need, and how to comply with the trial activities. And if the patients at any point feel that they're not happy to continue, they can withdraw from that trial. They don't even have to give any particular reason for that. So the control for participating in a clinical trial rests with the patient or the participant, and they have complete independence in deciding whether they want to go ahead with the clinical trial or not. Job as healthcare professionals is to give them as much information as they need, and also make sure that they understand exactly what is involved and they give their consent voluntarily to participate in the clinical trials. I hope this video helps a little bit with the safety aspect of clinical trials in primary care. I hope this gives you a bit of confidence about the delivery of clinical trials in your practices and sites. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in my next video.